I used to when you come in on a Saturday morning, I'd look at my bedroom window and I'd see the big white Hi-Ace van out there. I can still see it in my head. It was a 90D thing, and we used to all get piled into the back of that. But as soon as that would come, I would like leg it upstairs and I'd hide in like the boiler room and close the door over myself, and they'd come up around the house and they'd all go looking for me, and I was nowhere to be found, and then I'd hear them searching the house going, oh, I must be out, I don't know. So I was kind of kicking and screaming through my first bit of football, but yeah, the grog grew for it as I went on. Look, I suppose it was just kind of like the done thing. Like, I suppose when you, why do you, it's kind of monkey see, monkey do stuff. And that's what we were kind of operating on. Like my brother was playing basketball, the kids in my class were kind of big into sports, and that's just kind of what you did. Do you know what I mean? If you're what do they say? You're the division of your five peers or whatever. Like, but like you just like whatever is around you, like you're gonna be like, if all your mates are CEOs of companies, like there's a good chance you're not going to be on the dole, like, do you know what I mean? Like, and so it was, but that's what was that's what was around me, was people are kind of big into sports and stuff, and big interest in that. So that was kind of what drove me as a kid. Yeah. And just yeah, I suppose just anything, any, you know, just trying to keep entertained, do you know what I mean? That's what kind of kept me buzzing as a kid. Not Nostradamus, not anyone would have picked me out as the fella when I was 16, 17, 18. Not, no one would have picked me out as, he'll be the fella off that team to play for Dublin. Like, not in a hope. You wouldn't put me in the top five. Like, and that's the crack. And there's so many little bits of luck along the way, and little things that might happen for you, and you get little injuries, and like some things work out for you and some don't. And like I definitely had a lucky run, even injury wise and stuff. Um, that it went that way. And look, I suppose like that was a big thing for me as well. Like Rathfarnham mightn't have the reputation other areas have in terms of being disadvantaged, but we still had the option of drinking drugs all through my teenage years, and many of my friends took those options on a very regular basis. But I suppose it's to have an excuse not to do that. Do you know what I mean? It's not the other way. It's not like, oh Jesus, why did you do that? It's because you had nothing else to do. But like it was like when somebody passed me something, or do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? I was like, I've extra training tomorrow. Yeah, I would, but and that's what kind of, that was like my way out, not my way out of it. I wasn't searching for anything, but I was just like, nah, I'm more interested in that. So, but if I didn't have that, different story. Like, I suppose what's relevant is that I was a lost little kid. Like, I was like a lost teenager. I was like, oh, I was gonna be playing sports, and that'll be fine. And then I suppose it was like, I didn't have a clue. I even did a leaving cert, and I was like, didn't do a very good leaving cert, to be honest. And I remember I got my leaving cert results, and I met my auntie, and she was like, she just goes, well done, Michael Darragh. You'll do much better next year when you repeat. And I was like, she just presumed that I was repeating. I was like, no, these are my results. Thanks very much. But no, I was lost. I didn't know what I was going to do. I ended up kind of getting into an arts degree, and like didn't even know what an arts degree was, to be honest. I was still lost. And then at that stage, the kind of football fell through because my knee fell out, and the top physio told me to retire pretty much. So there was nothing really going too well at that stage. But I was enjoying things. I was enjoying the kind of college stuff, even though I didn't know what I wanted to do. And like, just in terms of, just I suppose, any kind of teenagers that are around, that it might be relevant, that like, because I was so lost even when I was 20, I was still so lost. I had no idea when I was 20 what I was going to do. Wasn't even coming close to it. But I actually worked with a, you can call him a career guidance fellow, or a life coach, or so, just a fellow that kind of helped me kind of put a little bit of a steer on what I wanted to do. And it basically just took a couple of conversations, a couple of cups of tea to realize that I had a graph of working with young people, and particularly disadvantaged people. And I kind of ended up putting that in a sentence, just to be like, I am Michael Darragh Macauley. I would like to do this. I would like to work at this. And I was like, well, as soon as I kind of had that on a piece of paper, I was like, okay, well, that's who I am. That's what I'm about. like the first time you do anything, the first time you go on a date, or the first time you kick a ball, the first time you do anything, it's probably the most exciting. And so the first time we won the All Ireland was pretty mental. So there was crazy hype going into it. Like, I know, because people are sick of Dublin winning All Irelands now at the moment and whatever. We won't go down that route. But when we went into it in 2011, like, it was like the place was buzzing. And then when the ref blew the whistle, like, it was just mental. Like, if you ever look at just Google like final whistle or whatever, like, in the match, like, and I thought there was a couple of minutes left, and I'm like in the kind of bottom corner, and I just do this like weird pirouette thing, and I just like pass out on the ground in the middle of Croke Park. So yeah, that was mental. And then we kind of like just went and had the most mental time afterwards as well. Like, it was crazy. It kind of meant, it was just cool. It meant so much to the people of Dublin. And to be a part of that was deadly. So yeah, like, it's like, yeah, it's, I suppose that I'll probably have to have that down as a bit of a highlight. Yeah. So yeah, so like, I've been here, I suppose, maybe 2.5 years now. Second COVID year as well. But it's an unbelievable area. Like, there's so much going on. Like, it's a big village. Everyone knows everyone. So it took me a while to kind of get my head around all the groups and all the different organizations and stuff that's in the area. But there's I love it. There's great work being done, and we've big plans for the area, and we have done a lot, and there's a lot more to do. So like, some of the kind of personal projects that I've like out of a big interest in, like, I suppose, is growing the GA in the area is a big one. It's tough. Like, there's no green fields. It's actually, I've always said, it's so sad that like the kids are seeing Croke Park from the windows of their bedrooms, and they don't know what goes on there. Some of them, like, they'll actually say up the dubs, but they literally don't know what happens there. So we're trying to work on that. We brought in Scully Cunnell, and they've been doing good work. They were historically from the area, so they come in, do a number of sessions. We have an academy that's going very well with kids down there. The Croke Park work pretty closely with us, and we kind of get them. They kind of audition tickets to kids around the area. And just like, that was a big one. Like, get in there and see what happens. So that's on the Gaelic stuff. Basketball is a huge one for me, coming from a big basketball background. And yeah, we have a full-time basketball officer actually coming on board soon. But I've been we had an academy going there. We have loads of kids trying to get basketballs in their hands. And we had tournaments going. We have an NBA players down. We had inter-school tournaments. All sorts of bits and pieces going there. We're kind of working in all the schools in the area. There's a Change for Life campaign. There's a Gaffer Maths program which went fairly viral. They're well known. There's a dance projects. There's all sorts. So, and I suppose that's what kind of keeps it interesting, that there is so many different things going on. My hopes for the future, yeah, like, there's like, I suppose, like, it takes up such amount of your time, in terms of like just everything, like, friendships and girlfriends and jobs and all that crack. Like, so it's nice to have more time for all that sort of stuff. Like, yeah, it'd be nice to do some traveling. Like, it kind of, like, it's one thing that, like, as great as it was, like, all my friends went all around the world over the last decade, and I'm not complaining. That was my choice. But like, it would be nice to kind of to make up some bit of that. I'd like to kind of get in an airplane someday. So yeah, and look, we've loads of kind of bill. Like, if the NEIC fired me in the morning, I have some passion projects there that I'd be showing up for anyway. I wouldn't care less. Like, if they said there's no money, like, you know what I mean, I'd be there regardless. So we've some cool stuff happening as well, around all that sort of stuff. So that's yeah, I can give a bit more time to now as well, which is good. So yeah, I don't know, like, I'm all just, I like adding strings to my bow and just seeing where it takes me. So yeah, it's all good. There's good work done, but a lot of good work to do. So, and it's another thing. We're not trying to be delusional about it, but we are trying to focus on the positives. Like, especially the media loves writing a good negative story, about crap that goes on, and like, just fail to mention like the millions of positive things that goes on. So like, that is a big thing that we kind of try and emphasize around the area, like all the good things that are happening. So, and have a little butterfly effect, and that can radiate out a little bit. So yeah.